So what do you actually know about Mexico? Probably this, and that most of their food, you just need to kind of do one of those. That's a taco, right? Well, there's more to Mexican food than that. You don't need to go all the way through customs, on an airplane, and then find your hotel and do all that booking. You just come here, Montreal Road, and we're gonna have one of the most unique taco experiences that you've ever had right here on Ottawa Eats. This man is Sandro. Sandro, thank you so much for having us. Should I say it properly? Sandro?
Sandro, yeah.
And last name?
Castillo.
Now, is that a very common first and last name?
The first name, no.
No?
It's more Italian than anything. But the last name, Castillo, yes. It actually means castle in Spanish.
Oh, so you're royalty.
Sort
My
of.
liege. How's that? We're off to a rocking start, aren't we? This is the man that's going to show us how to make some of the most amazing tacos that you're ever going to have in your life. And they're not just regular old tacos. We're going to use a very special ingredient on today's show that when you told me about this, I'm interested to see how you're going to pull this off. But we'll save that for later in the show. First, tell us, why are you here? Why are you doing what you're doing? What has led to this insanity or a moment of clarity?
Well, I've been involved in the restaurant business for many, many years. Probably 30 years or so and everything. But I always worked in Italian restaurants and steakhouses and everything. And family's been involved with the restaurant, so I decided, well, maybe we could try something, open up a business, a nice small restaurant and everything, but what? Since I come from Mexico, I said, well, we gotta do Mexican. Mm-hmm. And since there's a lack of Mexican restaurants in the city, I said, well, let's do a taqueria. Let's do something different. Let's do something original. Everybody has the idea that Tex-Mex is Mexican food, and it isn't. Tex-Mex is great food, but it's not authentic Mexican.
Right.
So that's what we're doing.
Okay.
That's why we decided to
So
do this.
authentic Mexican food cuisine is what you're going to get here. Now, the
Exactly.
name itself is it's going to pop out at you when you see the sign from the street. But what's with the name? What is it? What does it mean?
Well, I come from the state of Yucatan and the Yucatan Peninsula. My city is called Mérida, and it's part of all the Maya Empire. The name Kukulkan is the name of a god, god Kukulkan, which is a feathered snake. The pyramid of Kukulkan, which
Sounds horrible, by the way. A feathered snake. That sounds terrifying. Just saying that right now.
Well, actually, Kukulkan it's very benign to the Maya people. The pyramid of Kukulkan, which is in Chichen Itza in Yucatan, it's named after Kukulkan. And if you ever get a chance to look at the pyramid, the equinoxes, that you always have that light effect and shadow effect where Kukulkan comes down from the heavens to proclaim that it's the new season for growing, for planting, for harvesting, for everything. It's very important in the Mayan
Right.
culture.
Okay, so not only the food, but the name itself has some pretty strong roots in Mexico.
Exactly.
Okay, so now you said that you're from the Yucatan area. That
Yes.
whole. So is there anyone here that's on your staff, maybe that you're married to, that's from a rival area, and you guys argue all the time about what's the right way?
Well, my wife Livdi is from Quintana Roo, which is the next door state to Yucatan. It's all part of the Yucatan Peninsula. We pretty much have the same culture and everything, same Mayan culture, deities and everything.
Right.
Most of the cuisine is the same. It's just that
Yours is better.
being wife and husband, we argue about how her grandmother used to make rice and how mine used to make rice and stuff like that. But that's about it.
Yeah, that's just regular stuff, right?
We're a
Okay,
married
good.
couple after all.
All right, well, one half of the married couple is here. The other half, she's in the kitchen right now. There she is. And we're going to go and step into the kitchen and make some of the best tacos you'll ever have in this beautiful city here on Ottawa Eats. All right, now we're in the kitchen, and if you're talking about great Mexican food, you're talking about one of the most important things, and I have a question for you in just a second, which is guacamole, of course. I have a personal, we won't call it a problem, we'll say an issue with my better half in how she makes guacamole compared to me. and I'm going to see how you guys do it and find out which one of us is right. So you two, the married couple, get to solve another married couple's argument. Isn't that great?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, this is, of course, your beautiful wife.
Yes, this is Lifty.
Yes, and she is the expert in the kitchen, so he's going to give us the play-by-play. So tell us, first of all, what we're working with right here, because this is not your normal everyday bowl that we're looking at.
No, you're looking at a molcajete. Molcajete comes from central Mexico and is distributed all over the country. We use it to make different types of salsas, guacamoles, different items. And basically what we do is a tamulado, which is the process of using the pestle and just mashing everything inside. Right now what she's going to do with it, she's going to add a nice fresh avocado. And you have to find the right avocado for this.
Okay, so can I ask you a quick question with avocados? When a lot of people buy them in a grocery store, how can you tell that it's fresh if you're going to use it that day, or if you're going to maybe use it in a couple of days? Is there a way that you tell? Is it just by softness, or?
It has to be soft. If the avocado is too hard, most of the time you hear the pit inside just rattle, and then you know that the avocado is not ready.
Oh, okay.
Some of them just by feel, you know that it's too hard. You gotta wait a little bit. The best thing you can do to ripen an avocado is wrap it up with newspaper.
Really?
With old newspaper. You wrap it up and just keep it for a few days, wrapped up in newspaper.
Just on the countertop?
Just on the countertop.
Okay.
Yeah, just the countertop, and that will ripen your avocado right away.
Wow.
It won't take us long. If you just let it sit, it will take you probably a week or two to ripen. But if you wrap it up in the newspaper, it will take a day or two.
Okay, so what's she adding here at this
Well,
point?
right now she's adding fresh onions and fresh cilantro.
Okay.
That we mix in. We have a chile tomate. The chile tomate is a fresh tomato sauce. To make a proper chile tomate, you have two ways of doing it. You can either grill the tomatoes, which is what we do here, or boil the tomatoes. And the chile tomate has a little bit of garlic and salt, and then once the tomatoes are cooked, you just mash them either by hand, or if you're more comfortable using a machine or a food processor, you can do it, but ideally you'll do it by hand. That way, when you squeeze the tomatoes, the peel will stay in your hand, but everything else will fall, and that will be your
Okay, so you don't want any peel. Okay,
Yeah.
that was my next question. Okay, so
once we add the chile tomate, the onions, and the cilantro, we add a little bit of salt and pepper and a little bit of lime, and we just proceed to mash.
Okay, now this actual bowl itself, is this one of those, and this might be a stupid question, but is this one of those bowls that really kind of takes the taste and takes on the taste of some of the food?
It helps with the taste of anything that you make with it.
Okay.
Anything, it adds on to it. And just to make this molcajete, it's a whole procedure, which people can do research online and everything, how they make them. They have people that actually make it by hand, and they use all sorts of hammers and special tools and everything, but they're very rustic. It's basically homemade. It's not something that you can get a machine, and carve it, and no, it's.
So is it an actual stone, or what?
It is a stone.
Yeah?
It's a big rock that they start cutting and polishing as much as they can, but it has a big trick to make this. It's very interesting.
Oh, that looks amazing. The color's wonderful.
Yep. Once you mash all the ingredients, you try to mash as much as you can, trying to squeeze the onion. Try to squeeze the onion out of it, all the juice out of the onion, so that can mix into the guacamole. And after this, we just proceed to put it on a plate. But that's our take. A lot of people just leave it in the molcajete.
So now, once you've made guacamole, I know that a lot of people, they'll make enough for the whole family or a group of people, but inevitably you'll have a little bit of leftover. So how do you keep it from getting really brown? Is lemon juice the key in that respect?
You can't keep guacamole that long.
No?
You can't. Guacamole is meant to be eaten on the spot. That's why here at the restaurant, when people order guacamoles, we make it on the spot. We don't keep it. We make everything fresh. Because eventually it'll turn brown and it'll go black, and then the avocado will go a little bit bitter, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it will. It will.
So your guacamole a little bit chunky, not exactly the most purified stuff that you're going to see?
No, sorry for cutting across. No, actually, as you can see, it's a little chunky. The tomatoes will add a little bit of body, keep it from being runny, just the way Grandma used to make it.
Do you want to hear about the argument you just settled?
Yeah.
Okay. So my better half, she puts egg in it.
Okay.
I don't put egg in it.
That is unheard of. Sorry.
Can you say to the camera that Tom was right?
He is right. Yeah, he is. No eggs.
One. I get one. All right, there you go. That's your beautiful guacamole that you're going to get here.
And we actually have chips to go along with it. And
look at
probably
that.
you guys could try it.
Well, let's not. You said it's best fresh, so let's not.
Yeah.
Let's not. Nice big scoop there. This is the best show that I've ever signed up for. I'm really glad you talked me into this, by the way. Thanks, Ian. Ottawa Eats on Rogers TV. That's amazing. We said right at the very beginning of the show that we have a very special, different kind of taco, but we're going to save that for the very last part of this show. Right now, you're going to get something that is very popular here, and I can't help but notice, but you have a broken pan here. I didn't know. Point that out. It's,
No, we need that pan just the way it is.
Well, you should get your money back. That's not good. So what are we talking about here? What is this? What are we going to have?
Well, what we're going to do right now, we're going to do tacos al pastor. And tacos al pastor is pretty much a legendary taco in Mexico. I think it's one of the most popular tacos that you will ever find. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I come from Yucatan, she comes from Quintana Roo, and we have people from all over the country. We have 31 states in Mexico.
Right.
And everybody has their own unique cuisine, their own unique clothing and everything. But if there's one thing common to all of the states, that's tacos al pastor. I don't think there's anybody in Mexico that does not know what tacos al pastor are.
Would this be the national dish then, pretty much?
I would call it the
Unofficially?
national dish, but unofficially, yeah, everybody.
Okay.
One of the most popular ones, yeah.
Yeah.
We also have all sorts of tacos, 13 different types of tacos with different stuffings. The most popular one would be this one here.
Okay, so what makes this one so special and so popular then?
Well, tacos al pastor, the origin goes back to the, I believe, is the late 19th century, early the 20th century, when a lot of Lebanese immigrants went to Mexico, and they brought shawarma with them. And eventually, it evolved. They changed the meat from lamb to beef to pork, which is now tacos al pastor. That's what they do. And they changed the marinade to dry peppers. We do it with dry peppers. Basically, the basic to any taco pastor is guajillo and pasilla peppers, which are red peppers, and that's what gives the taco pastor its characteristic reddish color, orangey reddish color that everybody knows. Here we made a trompo. That's what we call a trompo. And you can see anybody who knows shawarma will say, well, that's shawarma. Not far-fetched.
Yeah,
it has
it's not a
influence
huge
from shawarma.
difference, right?
It's not a huge difference.
Okay.
Basically, you just wait until it cooks. As you can see, this one has been spinning for a little bit. So now it's pretty much ready. And we just proceed to slice it very, very thin. Very thin. And it has to be nice and juicy. It has to be drippy. It needs a lot of fat content for this. You don't want a dry taco al pastor. Nobody likes that. A lot of Mexicans like the blackened parts, like this one over here, which we call quemadito. Which everybody fights for that. Actually, especially the two of us, we fight for the quemadito a lot. Yeah.
Seems like there's a lot of fighting going on between you two.
We should settle over a beer.
Oh, okay.
And then, there you go. You get a little bit. And Livni here, on my left, is actually making our tortillas for the tacos.
Okay.
We make tortillas from scratch, and we use corn dough. We make the masa in-house, and we make them right here on what everybody calls a flat griddle. We call it a comal.
It smells amazing. It's got that nice sweet smell of the corn, and then combine it with this, of course.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we proceed to put a little bit of the meat on the tortilla. And the thing for tacos al pastor that everybody wants is the following. We need a little bit of onions and cilantro, nice and fresh. But in Mexico, you will find it usually right here on top of the skewer.
Right.
Will be a whole pineapple.
Oh, okay.
We have it a piece. And that's your basic taco al pastor.
Wow.
With a maize tortilla. Excuse me, let me put it on a plate for you.
Okay. Do I wrap this?
Yeah, you usually just wrap it as much as you can.
Okay.
And we usually have some salsas going with this.
I'll just try.
You're welcome to put any of these salsas. We have a green salsa made with serrano peppers, a little bit of avocado, and fresh tomatillos.
Okay.
Our red salsa is made with fresh tomatoes, done on the grill with a little bit of green peppers and other spices. Those two are mild. You want something hot? This is my mother's recipe for habanero sauce. We call it mayacut de chile habanero.
What's that mean? Take me to the hospital?
Something like that. But this, I don't think so. It's made fresh. We make it with fresh, hot habanero peppers. And then you can squeeze a little bit of lime on the taco. Just don't go too crazy on the hot sauce.
Okay, where am I at in the crazy level here? Is that too much?
I would put a little bit of that, and then just a tiny drop of that
Okay,
one.
thank God. I almost killed myself right there. A little taste already is hot. Is he warming up the car for the hospital?
No, he's just getting you a napkin just in case. What do you think? Did you get to the hot part just yet?
Oh yeah. We got to the hot part.
You need
But
some water?
No.
You good?
No, it's good.
Is it?
It's very good. The pineapple is amazing.
Good.
I don't know why that I've never had that before, because that is an amazing little touch to it. Very sweet, and the sauces are absolutely brilliant.
Well,
that is an excellent recipe. That is very good.
Thank you.
So, how many of you have eaten a cactus before? I never have on purpose.
Well, actually, cactus is very popular in Mexico.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You have different dishes with cactus. You can stuff it. You can make it in a salad.
We're talking about the stuff that's got prickly things in it, and it
Yeah.
hurts when you touch it, and...
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, apparently
one
it's... Okay, so you can eat it.
Yes, you can.
And
it is very yummy.
We're going to show you how you make this into something that is apparently just amazing. So this is a good vegetarian dish.
It is very yeah.
Explain to us what we're looking at here. It's a flat cactus that we're working with?
Well, actually, what I understand in my research here, we call it a prickly pear.
Oh.
Actually, in Mexico, we call it nopales. And basically, this is a nopal. It's a cactus. This is a cactus leaf, and as you can see, cactus tends to be very, very sappy.
Okay.
We wash it and treat it and everything, and the sap keeps coming out.
Is it sticky and sweet?
It's kind of sticky, yeah. It is a little sticky and everything, but it's very yummy actually. Not a lot of people like it. The texture is a little bit different, but we need to actually treat the cactus a little bit. So we make a couple of incisions like this,
Right.
on both sides. We don't want to go too deep because you don't want to cut too much. And then we put a little lime. That will take care of a little bit of the sap. And then we just rub it all in, and we proceed to grab a little bit of salt. Sorry, forgot about the salt over there, and pepper. Rub it all in, and then we're gonna grill it.
Okay.
While that is grilling, we're gonna prepare our topping. We have fresh mushrooms,
Right.
fresh garlic, we have onions, and we have guajillo pepper.
I'm terrified of it already.
Actually, guajillo pepper is not a hot pepper. Dry peppers don't tend to be hot. They tend to be very flavorful.
Okay.
Here we have a little bit of guajillo pepper. We have already rehydrated the pepper and just seeded it and deveined it. A little bit of butter. A little bit of olive oil. And then we put a little bit of the garlic. A little bit of the onions. And we fry it a little bit. And a little bit of olive oil as well. And we just fry everything together. Let it heat up a little bit. Then we put the guajillo peppers already rehydrated. And as you can see, they stain a lot.
Yeah.
So be careful. Yeah. Saute a little bit.
Now, would something like this be used mainly in food, or would you use a pepper like that for other things, like dyeing different types of clay or clothing or something like that, or is it just used for food, really?
Mayans and Aztecs used to use peppers and flowers and different things to create their colors for all their frescoes that they had on the wall and everything. Actually, as you can see, the taco al pastor right behind it has a bit of guajillo pepper in it. That's why we have the color.
Okay.
After that, we just add the mushrooms. So a little bit. We flip our cactus. Excuse me. You guys get grill marks in the back. Sorry. A little bit of pepper for flavor. And while we're cooking, a little bit of salt. Not too much. We don't want to make it salty. And we're pretty much ready with this. Now, there's some magic. We already have a grilled cactus over here in the go.
Oh, wow.
That's how we roll. And put a little bit on top.
It's got a nice sweet smell to it. Beautiful color in there too.
Very nice. A little bit of that. Livety, as usual, has my back. Mm-hmm. Now we have the cheese. We put a little bit of cheese on top.
She snuck that in there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't live without her. And then we proceed this to put in the oven.
Okay.
For a couple of minutes. And we say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's ready.
Oh, he's a magician. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Mines were full of tricks. Played it very nicely. And we don't want to forget anything on that plate, on that pan, sorry. We have a salsa here made with fresh tomatoes. We don't use cans, we don't use anything. We use fresh tomatoes. Actually, honey, this is your grandma's recipe, right?
Yeah. You have the rice and beans in it.
I never thought I could see something actually made out of cactus.
Oh, yeah.
That I always imagined myself eventually getting lost in the desert somewhere and then having to eat a cactus, like in the old Wild West kind of movies.
Well, it's not like the Wild Coyote cactus. This
No.
is much better.
Oh, good.
A little bit of refried beans, and a little bit of rice. And we have a little bit of cilantro, just for color. And now, we need a fork and a knife for you to taste.
Yes, absolutely. So we're going to grab the fork and knife and we're going to sit down and we're going to try this and we'll wrap the show up next right here on Ottawa Eats. That's beautiful.
Awesome.
That's amazing. Can't really eat this one with your hands.
Nope.
A little harder. Yeah. What a beautiful arrangement of colors and smells, and a lot of this stuff made here in-house, even these beautiful chips that we have right here. We have this wonderful guacamole, and of course this is the shepherd style type taco right here that is so popular in Mexico now, one that's made out of cactus. So I'm going to try this, but if you want to try some of this food, it's way better than just watching it. Where can people find you?
You can find us at 1730 Montreal Road, 1 block east of Blair Road. And online, you can find us at taqueriakukulkan.com.
All right, there you go. It is an absolute pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
An absolute pleasure to try for the first time in my life, cactus. If I hate it, do I have to say that I like it?
No, I'll eat it.
Oh, okay. That is not what I thought cactus would taste like. I don't know what I thought it would taste like, but that's amazing. That's so good. It's got such a nice texture to it.
Good to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
A little bit of sour, a little bit of sweet, a little bit of spice, and everything else on top is absolutely brilliant. You do good work, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, another edition of Ottawa Eats. Now go away so I can do the eat part.